Okay, here we are. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, I finally found my webcam again and set it up. We are still in the exact same spot, in the middle of the Citadel. Sorry, Nexus, same thing, different game. Um, and we've just finished talking with the local leadership. I think I also managed to fix my frame rate issue. At least I hope I have. We'll see how it goes.
Alright, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
I don't want to get into it. Things went wrong. And now I'm the one you have to deal with.
Alec Ryder wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum. Damned if I will. We'd never have left home if we... Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
There's also this strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
Yeah, I would count 0 outposts as less than ideal too, yeah.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends, or...?
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
Yeah, she is highly naive in my opinion. A title has to be earned? Really? You mean like director? Or sergeant? A title is just a title, just a label placed on something. Pathfinder is just another label for a certain type of job. At least in the initiative. As you might have noticed, I quite don't like her.
You've had no colony successes in over a year? How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
Yeah, I'd be all for that. I don't like either one.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, there's a difference between not trusting and being rude.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Yes, I know the... There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Well,
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda Initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show a mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
yeah. If she designed this place, then I must say that could have gone better. Not including any local industry, nor a large enough hydroponics to actually feed a significant amount of people, nor even an actual planned entertainment area for what's supposed to be the diplomatic and management hub for the entire initiative and several planets. Yeah, I'm not convinced that this was done perfectly right.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the Golden Worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable, so how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No. I'm fine.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here, or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Jean Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry. What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat, or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
An accountant in charge of an entire, essentially, nation. You're right, mate.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry. Understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done. No, I'm fine. I don't know. It just blew up. Find out why. Be careful.
Yeah. Let's scan the first one since it's just around the corner.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel. Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
So yeah, let's stop whining about everything that's bad and actually see what's good about this. And finish this one.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
They did?
Like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
Sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is
Hi,
on,
Theon.
all kinds of people rise to the top.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So.
And
We're not
yeah,
sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. It's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
yeah, welcome to the stream, Theon. It's been quite a while since we last chatted. But yeah, I've been streaming on and off every now and then, not really regularly or anything. But yeah, I decided that today, as my birthday, why not resume the entire thingy and get back to streaming and get back to this particular game. I really like Mass Effect, the universe. Mass Effect Andromeda is arguably the worst part of all three, but just because it's not as good as the other three, doesn't mean it's a bad game by itself. And yes, I did get the message from your wife. I assume that my reply to that is why you're here.
Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex. Combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
What situations should they handle?
Protecting civilian outposts, holding key positions, or just distracting the Ket. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Yeah, now we enter the part where my previous playthroughs actually yeah, I've been playing the game before quite a bit, and therefore I got not just a single level 1 team, but actually several higher level teams ready to go, which gives me a bit of a leg up. On the other hand, they don't really do all that much. Yeah, sure, they give me some resources, but it's not that much. Yeah, so currently I'm waiting for 200 mission funds in total, so I can actually get the 6th team, the last one here, and then I've capped out the number of teams that's possible. And from then on I focus on equipping them. Some of them already got gear, some don't. And most of them have rather low level gear. I don't really have the mission points to fully equip them. Anyways, there's a lot I can do here. Ton. But for now, I think it's time to actually get back into the action. I've been probably listening to people talk for the last hour.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Yeah, meeting Addison was interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your brother's doing.
Yeah, in regards to your question, yeah, I'm now back in my own flat in Neureuth, but it's been, I think, now 3 months that I'm over here once more. So while I've mostly set up again, there's still the occasional small little bit that's not just right yet. But whatever.
I'll make it right, Dash.
I'll survive.
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were gonna start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Yeah, but I'm once more in my own place, and I'm really enjoying no longer having to pay attention to anyone else. Those screens back there, they're flicking like hell. I really hope they replace them soon.
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yeah, but still, we lost a Pathfinder on my watch. Doesn't sit right.
My dad knew the danger. Part of the job.
No, I just need to
And
make sure
yeah,
your brother
regarding magic, just recently, half an hour ago, just before the stream actually, in the break between this one and the one before this,
Are you staying here in the Hyperion?
I've been
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old?
looking into
Right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it
where my
happens.
webcam is,
For me,
and
it was
while looking for that, I also found
You
all
guys
my
running around
magic decks
dodging
once more.
lightning in
So
the
yeah,
camp. It's a young man's
we can look into that.
Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by.
We'll miss you, Harry.
Just make sure to raise some hell once in a while, will you? I'm living vicariously through you.
Deal. How's Scott doing?
His condition stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so he's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How did this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the Scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment, coming out of a 600-year nap, then wham! The circuits fried and overloaded the neural pathways. Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another writer.
How did you end up with the initiative?
Well, you reach a point in life where you wonder, is that all there is? I'd accomplished everything in the Milky Way I could. I was locked into a future of diminishing returns. So coming here was the world's biggest midlife crisis. A chance to wake up in the morning and feel hope instead of arthritis.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Scott, I'll let you know.
I see we got a couple more viewers, so if any of you got any questions regarding the game, what I intend to do with it, and so on, don't hesitate to ask. I just started this playthrough on Insanity actually, so yeah, this will be a challenge, especially since some of the mods weakened some of the weapons I intend to use and improved some of the enemies I will be facing. For example, giving every single enemy that didn't have a shield and wasn't wildlife an actual light shield. Not as tough as a normal shield, but it still prevents them from being lifted off by biotics and stuff like that. So it's quite a bit harder to actually get through the battles. Combined with Insanity, that'll be a real challenge.
Ryder,
Hayes, how's the wound?
Doc says I'll live. So this goes from a life-threatening gunshot to a story I'll tell my grandkids someday.
With no need to exaggerate. That was a tough fight on Habitat 7.
It definitely was.
Just glad to be on the other side of it.
Greer. How you feeling?
Grateful. If you and Liam hadn't found me in that cave, God knows what those aliens would have done.
We couldn't leave a man behind.
Yeah, your father, and Kirkland.
I know. It's rough. Being on the Pathfinder team is turning out to be a dangerous business.
No
More than
kidding.
I ever thought. I'm sorry I'm not out there with you, but Kirkland was a friend, and I'm not cut out for this anymore.
Understood. Habitat 7 was a nasty wake-up call. You take care, Greer.
You too. Thanks again.
Fisher, glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? Captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the Kett. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
I'm sure there are decent aliens here in Andromeda too. We just have to find them.
Well, I heard you're Pathfinder now. Sooner you figure out where they're hiding, the better.
Will do. Chin up.
Yep, getting right on that. As soon as I fix my implant. Getting a headache on a level that makes me twitch involuntarily in the middle of combat is not ideal. So let's fix that first. Yeah, let's actually speed it up a little bit. Enough idling around.
Hello, Ryder. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient. Far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI, so what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew some would fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point. So, what does this mean for the two of us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Finally, the first profile. I'm really hoping to get this one soon. The damage resistance will help quite a bit, as will the recharge speed. But for now, recharge speed and tech armor will have to do. Not ideal. My shields will drop fast, since tech armor only applies past the shields. So my shields take the full damage. But, well, yeah. Better than nothing. And now time to get a ship and right back into the action. I really wish they hadn't made this talking section where you essentially go from one point to the other and keep talking and talking and talking with more people quite so long.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style. They call her the Tempest.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
What's the rush?
Just don't want to waste any more time.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it. Is something wrong?
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right?
I did say I didn't like Addison.
Family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Right she is.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
Everything's state-of-the-art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Ah, glad to see you looking well.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below.
Yeah.
Plenty of space up here to get everyone together.
FPS are tanky
It's all
at times.
yours. She's light, stealthy,
Not
and
entirely
fast
happy,
as
but
ship
I
in
hope
her
it's not too
class.
bad.
It's really going to be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Yeah, finally on my own ship. And a level up.
Better head to
Very
the-
nice. Which means I can keep working towards this one. That is the single most important skill right now. Yeah, my goal for my minions or squad mates so far is giving them all the abilities and then giving them some more health and some more tank, in other words, just so they have an actual chance to survive some of the missions without dying instantly to the first little mini minion we encounter. So yeah.
The meeting room. You can make vid calls from the central table or just get the crew together. We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here.
Yeah, I will look at all of that later. For now, I only got the kiosk, not the research station right next to it. I really want access to that, so I can actually get some decent gear. But well, let's just say I got the deluxe edition. Gave it to myself as a present to my birthday today. So
these are the Pathfinder's quarters. Your quarters. Sam's router is down there too.
We got some bonus items. And I can finally swap it back into my armor. There we go. That's the armor basic. That's default Pathfinder colors. And I think that for now I'll stick with them. And now let's actually get some proper gear. Yeah, this armor I'm currently wearing, or this undersuit for armor, that's a mod. Usually it's a t-shirt, or long shirt, long sleeved shirt.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Ah, time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Gallo-Jav. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Plenty of dangers out there, but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes.
I really dislike the facial animations.
Out here.
So, how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
We signed on for the big stuff when we came to Andromeda.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine.
Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours. Unless you've got something to say for the log.
We were all expecting a golden world. Now there's just a long road ahead. But hold on to that dream. It might see us through.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
It is a beautiful game. Mostly.
To EOS then. What would have been our Habitat 1?
Before I go to EOS.
Put an end to that idea. Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
I will actually go to the loadout station. I don't have a better melee weapon. I do have 2 of these, but I actually pick an SMG. And the Pathfinder rifle. Those are a bit overpowered for the low level area. Those are from the Deluxe Edition. But they only level up to level 5. They're currently at Roman 1. So they only work for roughly the first third to half of the game. After that they're underleveled. My current helm has absolutely no bonuses or penalties, but at least no bonuses either. Yeah, this one would be the tankiest one. But I think in this particular case I'll go with pretty over tanky. Because I really like seeing the face of my character and the helmet in conversations. So yeah, I have the choice between this one, gives me some ammo, bit research speed, or this one will give me weapon damage and more XP. I want to level quickly, so that it is. Consumables. I tend to like the shield capacity in the first slot because that's what I'm always carrying around, but the second slot can vary. Usually I put in ammunition, but sometimes I'm putting in other options as well, depending on the exact planet and mission I'm going on. For the team, I'm going to stick with those 2 for now. And no clue what the last button is. Officially, at least.
Anomaly detected.
Don't care. Time to get moving and get into the action. I wanna kill stuff. Not spend another hour talking stuff.
System Pythias. Andromeda Initiative Habitat 1. Designated EOS.
It was supposed to be an easy first step. Until no one else showed and we got clobbered. Twice.
Why has Sam altered frequency detection? What are we hearing, Sam?
There is a signal, Pathfinder. I recommend an immediate examination of EOS.
Let's go to EOS. I can always scan the planets later. I will only leave the animation to the planet for the first time when I'm approaching a story mission or story planet. After that I'll skip it. No point in spending ages simply watching the camera move around.
A mirror of the signal on Habitat 7. Possible atmospheric manipulation.
Is that possible?
We'll find out. If it is like Habitat 7, no doubt we'll run into the Kett.
Suiting up.
Ready, Freddy?
Hope we're all that ready. Callow? All right.
Integrating search area from Sam. How he pulled that mystery signal through the storms, I have no idea.
Multisensory neural collision. Amazing.
Factory fresh across the board. Spinning up the compensators.
You're already tuning the displays.
We'll get a better read on this pass than the Nexus has had in months. What?
I said a lot of people have their hopes pinned on us. They gave up on EOS. I can't blame them. Expected a golden world, instead they saw their friends die. Never know how that'll affect. Sorry. You okay?
We didn't come millions of light years to die in a different place. I'm not letting the initiative down.
Pathfinder, the Tempest checks out. We're good.
Take us down.
You have no idea how long I've wanted a Pathfinder to say that.
Core is hot.
Shields holding, adjusting entry.
You got this, right?
Hell.
There. Set us down at this nav point.
How to even start?
Reports state this planet suffers deadly storms that are contaminated by radiation from the Scourge. EO's deployment was incomplete due to environmental hazards and ultimately hostile encounters.
Plus, no Pathfinder. If EOS is like Habitat 7, that signal we scan must be connected with the atmosphere. We could use the outpost antenna to track it down. Let's get the power back on. They must have known these wouldn't last in these conditions.
That they didn't have a Pathfinder.
They do now. We'll make EOS a home. Door's getting emergency power, but it's code-locked.
Site 1 issued individual security codes. Each outpost self-organizes and sets its own protocol.
Just say we can't open it without codes.
We can't open it without codes.
No way this has been here long.
Going by call sign records, that shuttle is currently parked in the Nexus. Someone's been naughty.
Site 1 main building door code is acquired, Pathfinder.
Not the important part, Sam.
We knew some were lost, Ryder. We weren't told they were left.
Wonder how many are out there.
Too many. Lexi, update Nexus records on Harwell, Theo J. Get a recovery shuttle out here.
Good idea. If he's got family, they deserve closure.
We'll give them more than closure. We'll finish what he started.
Looks like Leah isn't answering. Maybe she needs a Luke to rescue her. Too bad we don't have one.
This analysis provides us with important research data, Pathfinder. If you continue to scan and collect this data, you can utilize it to develop new technologies and upgrades for equipment such as your weapons and armor. Originates from a nearby power relay tower.
So we're not the only ones interested in what happened.
Let's check out this relay tower. Main door had power, but not the interior doors?
Full functionality would require an active power relay station.
Look at this place. It's a wasteland.
The radiation in E02's atmosphere makes it difficult to cultivate life.
Radiation? Our suits protect against that, right?
Site 1 contains shield masts to dampen the brunt of
Structure up ahead. Sam?
It fits the profile of a power relay station, Pathfinder.
Right. We get it running, maybe buildings get power. These shield masts are protecting against the radiation, but they're wearing out fast.
Look at the batch numbers. The outpost burned through a bunch of them.
That ship wasn't Ket then. They don't knock.
There are people here. We thought everyone left was gone.
Of course you did. Now shove off. Find your own salvage. This spot's taken.
So you're a salvager. Got a name? I'm Ryder.
Clancy. Making an honest living by... Wait, Ryder? As in Pathfinder? The Nexus just can't let EOS go, can it? However much it fails down here.
I'm tracking a signal that will help EOS. I only need power for the antenna.
Look, I cut the power for a reason. The Ket are patrolling today. You turn the power relay back on, they'll know there's a juicy target alive down here.
Help me with the power relay, and I'll take care of the Ket.
You're crazy. Though maybe it's a good crazy. Okay, I'll enable the generators out there. You want to poke the tiger, it's on you.
A tiger would actually have me scared.
We start the generators.
The Ket don't.
There's an error in the startup sequence. Manual input required.
Damn it.
Please scan one of the pylons to determine a hackable input location.
Sam, our friend Clancy, was he part of the outpost team here?
No, Pathfinder. According to Nexus records, he's stationed in the hangar bay.
So he's what? Playing hooky?
Or he's a part-time salvager.
Generator interface possible. Location marked.
We've got company.
Having decent weapon makes so much of a difference.
The power relay station is ready for
Hard to
activation,
believe.
Pathfinder.
I was struggling to survive against 3 of them in the prologue so far. And now these? They essentially ended up being cannon fodder.
You took down all those Ket? Sure, use the power relay. Hell, take whatever you like. Word of advice, though. If that signal of yours is out past the perimeter, you'll need a ride.
A ride?
Shuttles aren't fun in these winds. You need wheels. I think they kept a little something in storage.
Didn't get around to salvaging it yet?
I tried. It ain't that simple. Might be easier for a Pathfinder, though. We're heading to our shuttle. Keep this up. Maybe next time we'll find more than just salvage around here.
Don't suppose you've got anything we can use.
Not really anything I'm interested in, so sell my junk and leave it at that.
Power restored. We should have access to everything in Site 1 now. Right, Sam?
Correct. Plus, I've located the source of the signal we detected in orbit. It's coming from the large alien structure just beyond Site 1. The structure appears almost identical to the one your father used to adjust the atmosphere on the previous planet. It's worth investigation.
Let's not forget what else happened on Habitat 7. This is powerful alien tech. We need to respect it. Go slow.
For sure. We'll follow your lead.
A warning. Radiation levels beyond the perimeter of Site 1 are well above acceptable limits. You cannot proceed without additional protection.
So if that structure could make a difference here, well, that would be really good. Come on, we better find that vehicle Clancy mentioned.
Now the power is restored, we can investigate the nearby buildings.
Let's get some ammunition first. Oh yeah, there was more loot over here.
Looks like salvage. New. Days ago new. Probably the guy at the relay tower, or his friends. Well, what do you know? The Outpost Research Center is still intact.
Updating the Tempest on this critical recovery.
Research was always key to the initiative. We'll need it here too. This tech is how we survive in Andromeda. Ingenuity on the ground.
Someone else agrees. This research center was used recently to monitor the alien signal.
This gives us the tools to find the source, and maybe whoever else is looking.
And the best part?
The research station is back online. I've provided a list of weapons we can build by gathering the required components.
We can finally start crafting. Except not the item I need. Yeah. We definitely need more research data. We got a ton of these. But the only thing I want from them is this one. And for that, we don't even know what remnants are. Or Angarans. The cat we know, so that we can get. But the other stuff? Anyways. I do know that this will be my first suit of armor that I'll be wearing, at least for the first part of the game, so no harm in researching it, even if I need a while longer until I can actually craft it. And I could craft one of these. But there is little to no reason to actually do so. This one would have a reason if I actually had an augmentation to slot in, but I don't. So, yeah. I really need more tech. Not enough water? Don't you have an entire pond of that somewhere around here? Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Special requisition. All-terrain scout rover.
A Nomad. 6-wheel drive. Jump jets. Just what you need.
The initiative only built a few. This must be what Clancy meant.
The crate requires an access code from a forward station. Forward stations act as emergency resupply checkpoints. Several are currently in orbit.
I can call one down. Let's find a good spot.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Looks like the forward station supplies are intact.
Downloading Nomad crate access code.
Pair maps require 94% rework. Essentially only 6% of the data is accurate. Probably gravity, and that's it. Local gravity, that is. And day length and year length, that kind of stuff.
Nomad should handle pretty smooth. Check both forward and reverse, would you?
Nope, I wouldn't.
Can't get traction. It's too steep.
Switch to 6-wheel drive. It'll get you up
Already
there in a
did.
snap.
Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get up here.
Got it. Signal's coming from that structure up ahead. I'm picking up initiative tech nearby from above us.
I see it. Up on that piece with the scaffolding.
Yep. A lot to scan here.
It's slippery, but there's a great view. Who'd be crazy enough to carry heavy equipment up there?
That should complete the glyphs, Pathfinder.
Falling damage does exist in this game, but you need significantly more than this distance before it actually triggers.
Building connection. I apologize for any discomfort. The system seems unstable.
This would happen when my dad tried doing this?
Your father interfaced directly with the atmosphere processor. That proved extremely hazardous. These structures could reveal its control center. System remains unstable. Doubling our power input might accelerate the process.
I'll give it a shot. Wait!
Hey there.
Back off, or I will put you down!
Whoa! Easy. You've come this far. Just let it ride. I've been studying this tech for months. I don't know how you activated those glyphs, but you have to let them cycle through their channels. It's going to be all right. Trust me, okay? I know. Who am I? I mean, it's obvious who you are. I saw the ship swoop in. You're a Pathfinder. I was beginning to think the initiative just made you guys up so the rest of us wouldn't lose hope, but you're for real, huh?
I'm still wondering why there wasn't a Pathfinder on the Nexus itself.
Are you for real? You were going to tell me who you are.
I might just be the solution to all your problems. Well, look at that.
System has stabilized. I'm establishing a connection.
Oh, crap.
I know these things! From Habitat 7! Later! Just take them out! Keep targeting that one! They make little bots!
Right.
PB, could you do something? Now she's walking.
Not bad. My first tangle with the Remnant was a lot messier.
The Remnant?
These monoliths, the Observer and Assembler bots, they're all the remnants of something much bigger. But that's too long. Ugh, I hate long. So, the Remnant. Like my name's better as PB.
Ryder, you've been studying this Remnant technology? What have you learned?
Plenty. Not nearly enough. It's old, it uses glyphs, and it's well protected.
I saw this tech clear the skies on Habitat 7. We're hoping it could do the same for EOS.
Huh. Atmosphere manipulation? Maybe. Fits the model. All Remnant tech is connected. You interfaced with this monolith somehow, and now it's pinging the others. If you wake them up too, they must lead to whatever master switch might fix the radiation.
Interface with the monoliths, follow the connection to the source. Easy enough.
Sure. Just don't piss off too many observers. Here, take my nav points. I've got to figure this interfacing out. Just be careful. This planet's all kinds of strange.
Yeah, not happy with that SMG. It consumes way too much ammunition. Not a bad gun in terms of damage or performance.
Pathfinder, another deceased colonist.
If you get me their name,
I'll update the records and tag the body for recovery.
And there, it ticked over.
What did?
We were promised a prefab homestead exactly this long after exiting Cryo.
We'll get there, won't we, Ryder?
Yeah, getting the colony running will take some time. If I ever find the idiot who thought an afterburner on a car would be a good idea. I mean, it's a fun one.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying
But
forward
good?
station.
Look there. That spot has shelter, water, stable ground.
It was initially overlooked due to having kept presence at the nearby Remnant structure, but it would be an excellent outpost site.
Ket and Remnant. Seems you can't find one without the other. So, if we clear...
The Site 1 folks were interested in the monoliths, too.
Did they learn anything?
Mostly what you learn the hard way. But hey, now you're here.
More Remnant bots. These ones don't seem hostile.
Yeah. They don't seem hostile. Well said. Doesn't mean that they aren't. Only means that they haven't gone around to killing us yet. What did PB used to say? Don't piss off too many observers? Well, not gonna happen. And only stone ones, yeah. And again I'm out of ammo. Yeah, this is a small fight. I'm kinda scared to think what the large fights will do.
Lexi, found another colonist.
So many. Alright, send me their information.
Yeah, I never get why I get the message around here when the colonist is actually over here. And now I can't scan the other two.
Got it. Thanks, Ryder.
I detect a high level of Remnant encryption here, Pathfinder. To continue, you will need to decrypt it.
So I need to get up there.
We're so close. I just know it. Once we get that linguist, we'll crack it. There's so much tech here. It has to help. Then I can see Carrie again. It's been a slow start, but we got this. Oh no. No!
It appears to reconfigure panels that rise from the floor.
They were saving any data they could, in case it helped the next try.
That's us. The next try is us.
Got it.
I don't think you're supposed to go that way, but yeah, whatever. Worked. I love these. 100 Remnant data each time.
I detect no additional glyphs in the area.
What do you activate? More blast shields. Very nice, especially that last one. Oh, that's how you were meant to go up. Activate those and then go up. Sudoku. Yeah, my bad.
Interface failed, Pathfinder. Defense systems engaging.
At least we got a second one. I tend to get used to controlling the entire game almost completely by a keyboard, and then whenever I have these, I try to switch the glyph via space and fail miserably. That one, that means this one and this one. Which one is missing? Nope, nope, yep. That means yep. Which one is not in the row? Yep. Or you have that one? Yep.
Interface successful, Pathfinder.
The trick behind them is that horizontally and vertically no symbol may be double. So not two symbols in the same row or the same column.
QEC contact?
And
Whatever's happening, they're definitely connecting. You did good. Keep doing more. Ket dropship. Seriously? Can't catch a break.
Hi, dropship. Hi, freaking annoying minigunner.
to me, or do Kett seem to appear everywhere we find Remnant tech?
Get up.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and this time I actually did run out of ammo for my main weapon. And this was still a fairly small fight. Only a single wave. No reinforcements or nothing. And they both took hit point damage and ran out of ammo. Not an issue here because I got resupply right around the corner, but yeah. If I didn't have that right around the corner, then things might look quite a bit more bleak. And that will happen repeatedly. I think, yep, there. There's a nice little cave with nothing in it except a path through.
Kind of missed the infrastructure in place back in the Milky Way.
Right, the good old days, when squirrels carried the plague.
What are you talking about?
Just saying, we gave up lots of things, including a world where squirrels carried plague. Earth, that was the one. We'll just have to make new bloated infrastructures, and find squirrels. I miss rickets.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
That looks like a Kett facility of some kind.
Those assholes took over my best research site. They won't let you near the monolith without a fight.
Hostile shuttle incoming.
And I'm almost out of ammo. Is there some ammo around? Because if there isn't, I might end up getting screwed. There's ammo. is supposed to be tough.
Those cats seem shaken up.
They seem mostly dead to me.
They've got the monolith well protected. We'll need to cut that shield's power supply.
Is there anything of interest in that direction? Does not look like it, so let's ignore it. Yeah, my FPS are tanking again. I think there's a limit on how long I can stream before my FPS start to tank too much. And hi Ulrich. I assume your stream is over?
Andromeda Initiative.
Yeah.
Not here to cause trouble.
As I said, I only started today, so it's now roughly almost 4 hours of playing this game, and I've
I'm the Pathfinder.
been letting all those conversations run out in full detail. So yeah, it's been slow going, but I'm finally on ears and finally can kick ass and take names.
Clan Nackmore. You'll forgive me if I didn't just trust a stranger from the Nexus. They haven't exactly treated us Krogan well. What are you doing out here?
Checking out these monoliths. The Ket seem pretty interested in this one. Looks like you cleared it out for us, though.
You said I didn't save any for you?
Yep.
Nexus knows shit about the Ket. They think they're safe. But they're just waiting to die out there in space. I've been quads deep on a couple of planets for a while now, taking out Ket bases, fighting ground troops. I know what they can do.
It's not pretty.
You know, we could use a Krogan like you, Drac.
I'm flattered, but do you have any idea how many humans I've watched die? Your meat is spoiled. Besides, the day I help the Nexus again is the day the clouds part and the Ket keel over. No offense.
That can be arranged.
Good, because I'm getting bored and the Ket are getting stronger. Seem particularly interested in this alien tech.
Remnant?
Yeah, that. I'm gonna go find more to shoot. Try to keep your head out there.
Yeah, it's more a case of me not caring about my beard than me intentionally growing one, but yeah. So I think there was some loot over here. Somewhere.
Anton, Darren T. Can't undo what happened.
This component was security tagged for Site 2.
Looks like they had some sort of special project going. Let's find the rest.
Look out, Nero. He's
A field log, Pathfinder, issued to patrolling Ket.
I don't need a translation to know when I'm hearing a monster.
Adding to language database.
Yeah, let's get going.
He seems fun.
That's easy one. 2-1 is there, and the other one is halfway up. So where exactly is this one? Ah, over on that one. Close one.
That should complete the glyphs, Pathfinder.
I really wish that the jetpack would recharge while in the air. So on a long fall you could jet several times. But alas, it's not meant to be.
Interface successful, Pathfinder.
Done. The monoliths are online and connected to something in the lake. This could be the master switch we're looking for.
I'll meet you there. Don't do anything without me.
Well, BB, in that case, you better run. Because I intend to. Okay. There's a gap. Good to know.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
I really don't know who thought it a good idea to create essentially an all-terrain racing buggy as the Pathfinder's away team vehicle. No armor, weak shields,
This time will be
no
different.
weapons.
Right. This is our element.
I mean, even if
Coming out of the lake.
they don't want to do any
Underground too? Let's see.
fighting against other civilized species,
It's opening up.
there's still wildlife to care about.
Whoa. It's forming a bridge.
Looks solid. If not, prepare to swim.
Yeah, not happy about those two weapons. Maybe this will work out better. At least I'll have more ammunition.
No. No, this can't be right. All that fanfare for an empty room? There's some secret here. There must be. Do your Pathfinder thing.
Yeah, apparently roughly 1.5 hours is the limit on my stream. After that it starts to drop frames.
Oh, you're
No
good.
idea why.
I didn't do a thing.
How far down do you think it goes?
Well, I guess I'll be ending the stream as soon as I reach the bottom,
Electrostatic?
take an half-hour break,
Ah,
and then resume for another 1.5 hours.
Idiot, PB. That wasn't the front door. This is.
I'll let you know.
Hey!
So yeah.
It's acting like a gravity well.
But where's it taking us?
Embrace the unknown, Ryder. Now this is more like it.
Looks like a bunker. Or a vault?
Whatever you call it. The controls for that atmosphere processor might be down here somewhere.
Let's find out.
Yep, I'm down here. Let's see if I got the engineer one unlocked. Got some more skills, which I will put into restart speed. Doing a lot of damage and restoring a bit more shields is not as important as doing so significantly more often. And that is it for now. I think that also unlocks the turret. Yeah, so next level I will get the turret at least unlocked, so we have the last ability going. Yeah, and the minions get their skills too. A +2 to skulls, meaning anything important here? More damage. Yeah. Let's pick that one for now. For you, weapon damage or grenade recharge. Those grenades were actually quite nice. Let's ignore all of that. I'll be reading through that between streams, because that'll take ages to read through. And we got a bunch of missions, which I'll also read through between streams.
Anything could be important. Let's be thorough.
So for now, I just autosaved due to dropping down in here. So I'll be taking a break. I'll be back in, well, let's check the clock. It's 2300 for me, or 11 PM. So say in an hour. In an hour I continue for another 1.5 hours, and I think after that I call it a day. Let's make it half an hour. Say 11:30 PM or 23:30, and then I continue until 1 o'clock at night, or 1 AM. And after that I'll call it a day with streaming. Yeah, so see you all in half an hour.